Alright, so this is a walkthrough on exactly what Social Prospector Pro is and how it's going to help you with your business. So you can see right away on the dashboard, it says select a time frame below to find friends who haven't engaged with your post. So what we consider engagement is any of the emojis that can be the thumbs up, love, sad face, angry face, whatever the case is, and also comments. So anyone who have not commented or hit any of the emojis over a certain time frame. So you can see it ranges from 7 days up to 365 days. So I've already scanned for 365 days and I found a list of people who haven't engaged with any of my posts. And also I took it a step further and I filtered based on people who I've had conversations with. So you might find that, oh, Tony is listed as a non-engager, but you know you just spoke with him yesterday. So if that's the case, you want to come up here and you want to do the conversation filter. So that's just an added layer of filtering that's going to give you the most accurate results and determine whether these people deserve to stay on your friends list or not. Okay, you can also search by typing someone's name in. So that's a pretty cool feature. But look at this right here. I'm going to expand this list. I can come in, manually select people for removal. You see right here. I can also click to select all. I can also select in batches, maybe first 100, first 200 people. But also I can right click and view someone's profile. So maybe Mary sounds familiar and I want to check and see what she's all about before I remove her to see if, she deserves to be removed or not. I can come preview her profile. I can also come over here and sometimes Facebook will show you how long you've been friends with that person. So no more information. So sometimes they give you that insight, sometimes they don't. But another feature is the feature to add to a safe list. So you can see I right clicked on this person. I click add to safe list. And what's happening right now is I'm compiling a list of people to never remove under any circumstances. So generally a safe list is going to be made up of family members, friends, people you do not want to mistakenly unfriend as you're going through this process of unfriending people in batches. So after I compile my list, you can always export and choose to save that list in a location on your computer so that every time you go through this friend removal process, you just simply come and import that list and they're automatically going to be excluded and they'll never be touched throughout that process. Okay, so I want to come over here. Now we're getting to the marketing stuff right here. So I'm going to click right here, open Facebook window. Let me make this a little bigger. And say, for example, if I'm in the network marketing niche and I'm trying to think of what type of post that I want to target that will show me that if I friend request these people who have engaged with these posts and they become friends with me, these people are the perfect fit for my offer. So again, say that I have a network marketing for beginners course. So what I'm going to do is, since I know a little bit about network marketing, I'm going to type in Network Marketing Pro by Eric Worre. He's a big name in the network marketing niche. I'm going to go to his page. So I know that anyone that's attached to this page, that's associated with this page, has some interest in network marketing, or otherwise they probably wouldn't even know who this guy is and they would have no business on his page. So I want to come to the most recent stuff, and you can see right here 150 engagers is glowing for us. So once we click on that, we have options that appear and I can click start. And once I click start, what's going to happen is the software is going to scroll down a little bit and it's going to see how many people that we can actually friend request. It's going to then come back to the top, as you can see it is. And the friend request count has began and now it's 2. You can see also if I chose for mutual friends only, it would show me that count. If I chose for USA only, it would also show me how many people that is skipped that were not in the United States. And also, I'll get into this in a bit, the blacklisted friends. So let me just stop there right there because you saw how it worked. I'm going to exit out of this. And again, this is the post friender tool. This is a very, very powerful tool, but also we're going to pair it with the member friender tool. Okay, so you can see I have the extra option down here, send friend requests only to friends with things in common. So a lot of times you'll see a tool out there in the marketplace, or even someone doing this manually. They'll try to friend request a lot of people And Facebook will show a notification message saying, hey, you need to only friend request people you have things in common. So by checking this box, this is going to sidestep you ever having an issue like that with Facebook, at least a little bit, right? It's not a perfect fix, but it's going to help with that situation. So you can see what I clicked on. It said fetch groups. So what's going to happen is the software is now pulling all of my groups that I'm a part of as far as a member or admin, and it's going to display the groups in here in just a moment. Okay, so you can see it says successfully fetched 17 groups. Now, say for example, I'll just use my company as an example. So I teach people how to prospect and how to generate leads using Facebook, right? So I also know that this guy named Blake Newbar has a group called Freedom Fighters. And if I click on friend members, it's going to pull up his members page, as you can see. And if I click start, what's going to happen is it's going to scroll down. As a matter of fact, for this demonstration, let me change this setting real quick. So I'm going to make it scroll down 20 times. Okay. I'm going to come right back to Blake's group. All right. So I'm going to click on start. And again, you see that it's scrolling down 20 times. And once it gets to the 20th scroll, it's going to go back to the top. It's going to tell me how many people that loaded within those 20 scrolls that is going to begin friend requesting. And then also it's just going to friend request one by one with a 5-second wait time in between. Now keep in mind, as you just saw a few seconds ago, I can control the amount of scrolls that the software is going to perform. The more scrolls, the more friends that is going to load within those scrolls, of course. Now you can also control the speed in between each friend request that you send. If you don't think 5 seconds is a good enough wait time, you can make it 10 seconds, you can make it 30 seconds, whatever makes you feel comfortable. You have the full control over that. So you can see it went back to the top. It says friend request 2 sent out of 170. So we're going to see it in action in a moment. So the great thing about this method is you see right here, and as you can see, a friend request was just sent. Curtsy just joined 3 hours ago. Okay, let's see. Alan just joined 3 hours ago. All of these people are brand new. So the majority of the people in this group are people who purchase his product that teaches people how to do Facebook organic marketing, but they teach them the manual way. Now, my software complements what he teaches. So this is why I know that these people are my perfect prospects. So, but think about this. Brand new people who just purchased the course, who just had aha moments and are excited about getting this method going. I friend request them. They take a look at my profile. Then they see a software that accelerates that. So that's a very powerful thing. These are not people that were interested in internet marketing 3 years ago and that just never left the group. These are brand new, fresh, excited people. So a very powerful method. Again, and come right back to the group. And it's going to display a page, but it's going to show a different option where you see it says members with things in common. So these are no longer the brand new people listed at the very top. So these are people, of course, with mutual friends and other things in common. Okay. Now, Mass Messenger. So Mass Messenger works just the way that it sounds. This tool allows you to send out mass messages based on the amount of time that you've been friends with certain friends on your friends list. Or you can select to choose to all friends, or you can select to choose a broadcast list, which I'll cover in a few moments. So for now, I'm going to leave it on recently added. I'm going to come down here where it says number of friends to message. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to put that to 5, and I'm just going to leave that on 5 seconds as the wait time in between messages. But you can see it ranges from 5 seconds up to 1 minute. Okay. And you see right here, it says number of time range. That means for this selection where it says recently added, we want to send a message to everyone that became friends with us within the last 24 hours, or we can go all the way up to the last 3 months. And so that's a very powerful feature because it allows you to organically segment your list and also send specific messages based on how long you've been friends with those prospects. Right. So let me click on add message and let me see if I have any. Yes, I have some saved messages in here. I'm going to click on demo message. So I don't actually want to use this. Let me just say, hey, thanks for connecting. Looking forward to checking out your content. Okay, so that's message number 1. Let me do a second message. So let's see. Okay, let me check this save template. Okay, so hey, thanks for connecting. Now this brings me to another point. You see right here where it says first name, you can add either the first name or the full name tag, and it's going to automatically insert that prospect's name inside of your message. So I'm going to click on add message. Okay, and I'm going to add one more. Let's see. Okay, I appreciate your connection. I'm going to put first name. All right. Now, as you can see, what I've selected is to send a mass message to recently added friends who've been added within the past 24 hours. And I'm going to send a maximum of 5 messages with a 5-second wait time in between each. Now, so let me cover this recommendation first before I move on. So you can see we recommend no more than 30 sent messages per day. Reason being is you have to be realistic. The name of the game in prospecting is to have quality conversations and try to close the sale. So if you're sending 50, 60, 80, or 100 messages, these are real people who are going to get inboxed and they're going to reply back to your message. So how can you possibly have a quality conversation with 80 people or even half of that, 40 people who reply back to your message? So that's the main reason you want to make sure you're not spreading yourself too thin. And also we want to stay off of Facebook's radar. We don't want to send hundreds of messages. That's just not smart marketing using their platform. OK, and so that's the reason that I actually created multiple variations of my message, because the software is going to automatically and evenly rotate between each variation of that message. And I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to click send message and just give it a moment. So you can see that it sent one message, and you also see that there's another column that says ignored. So far it has seen that I have a brand new friend. I have 2 brand new friends that I just sent to. And when it starts to fill in the ignored column, that just means that I've already had a conversation with that person, or they didn't become friends with me within that selected time frame. So I'm just going to let this complete. And as this sends, I'm going to go show you in real time. Let's go to Messenger. Okay, so here we go right here. Hey, thanks for connecting, Kyle. Hey, thanks for connecting. Looking forward to checking out your content. Okay. Works like a charm. Now let's move on to the next feature. Message remover. What I like to do is I like to filter for the unread messages, but Facebook is funny. It doesn't even look like they're showing that option right now, but you can choose, filtered messages. Of course, there's only 2 displaying right now. You can click to delete all, or you can choose which ones to individually select for deletion. Okay, I'm just going to do delete all. Okay. Now, again, you can filter it, but you never want to just full out scan your entire history of messages. It just doesn't make sense. Facebook knows that's not normal. You do not want to do that. It's just going to sit there. Of course, if you had a Facebook account for 10 years, it's going to sit there for a couple of hours until Facebook says, hey, what's going on? Okay, so don't do stuff like that, right? Inactive Organizer. Now, this is very powerful within itself, because what it did was it took our inactive list and it organized them from the oldest to the newest, meaning people who we've been friends with the longest up to people we just became friends with. Now, the reason that you want to use that filter is because if I just became friends with Sim or Sharon or Paul within the past 72 hours, which I believe is the case, I don't want to remove them because I haven't given them enough time to engage with my content, to have decent conversations. So I want to start with the oldest first. So again, I can come up and expand, and I can choose to select 100 of my oldest friends. And if I click on remove, they're going to be gone. Now I'm going to deselect them and also show you this: exclude recently added up to from 1 month up to the past 6 months. Now watch what happens to that number. So that's 729. I'm going to click 6 months. That knocked it down to 217 inactive friends. So what that just did was it's only showing people who have been friends with me for 6 months or more. So you can do 3 months, You can do 2 months. It's up to you. Whatever you would like, whatever you feel qualifies or gives people a decent amount of time to engage before you choose to pull the plug on them and unfriend them. But now keep in mind, when you do unfriend these people, let me just show you one for example. Let's see someone that I don't know. Okay, so I'll just use these two as an example. When you click to remove, it's going to show you the amount of friends to remove before pausing. Okay, so we want to keep every single user safe. We don't want you to go crazy just because you have a tool that automates these things. You still have to, play it safe. So we don't allow users to unfriend more than 300 people without a pause in between. Okay, so for this example, I'm unfriending 2, so it would unfriend 2 people, pause 15 minutes, then unfriend the remainder. But we're only unfriending 2 people, so you don't have to pay this any mind. And if you look right here, you see it says add removed friends to blacklist. That's selected by default. Reason being, if you have gone through the process of attracting these people, putting out your content and finding out that they're non-engagers, and then you remove them, you don't want to then do this process again by friend requesting people from specific posts or maybe that same group again and friend requesting them again. It just wouldn't make sense. So by adding them to a blacklist, that ensures that the software knows to skip over them next time if you do run across them during a friend request process. It will not friend request them a second time. Now, if you choose for them not to be on the blacklist, you simply uncheck it and you click on start removal process. Okay. Now, I'm going to go here to the group inviter. Now, this is extremely powerful, and I'm going to tell you why. Every single person, first of all, if you're running a business, you have digital products, and especially if you're targeting Facebook users, you should have a Facebook group because it's just so much built-in social proof, and it's just a powerful way to stay in contact and provide training in one location. But the thing is, no one really knows how to grow their Facebook group. So what the group inviter tool does is it gives you a start. It gives you a boost on growing that Facebook group by allowing you to send group invites to laser targeted people. And how do we know they're laser targeted? For example, Mary Smith's Social Scoop. Mary Smith teaches nothing but Facebook marketing methods. Everything that she produces is about Facebook marketing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click select, and my group is primarily about Facebook marketing, and I have multiple tools that help people with their Facebook marketing. So it's a perfect match. Now, if I click on invite, which I'm not going to do because the process would take about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many people are in that group, what's going to happen is it's going to show how many people in Mary's group that I am currently friends with. Now, there's no other way around this. Facebook does not allow you to send an invite to your group unless you're friends with that person already. So say, for example, I'm friends with 500 people inside of Mary Smith's group because I've been targeting them through the member friender tool. It's going to send an invite to 500 people to join my group. And you're going to see people right away start to accept that invitation because it's literally one click. And then bang, before you know it, you have your first, 30, 50, 100 members inside of your group. It literally happens quickly. OK, now that's a great start. And then from there, the greater your content is inside of that group, word of mouth is going to start going a little bit and your group is going to start building and growing over time more and more before you know it. OK, very powerful tool. Now, this is going to load up my deactivated friends list. And what your deactivated friends list is people who will either have been disabled by Facebook or they chose to deactivate their Facebook profile for some reason. Now, when people first get started with Social Prospector Pro, they often say, well, I'm excited. Which feature should I really try first or should I focus on first? And just to, just out of curiosity, I tell them, why don't you go see how many deactivated profiles that you've been hosting on your friends list pretty much and taking up space that you had no clue about. And so I remember we had a member named Mona who actually ran this. This was the first thing she did when she opened the software, and she was blown away. She saw that she had 500 something deactivated friends that were just taking up space on her friends list that were dead weight. So you can see, as I said, I've already ran this scan earlier today, so I've only gotten one friend that's deactivated, and I actually know Craig, so I'm going to keep him around and give him a chance to kind of get his account back. But it's a very powerful tool because it's going to help you remove that dead weight right away. This literally should be the first friend removal process that you do once you get the software. Now we're going to go to the extras. Okay, and I'm going to try to wrap this up. But pretty much the post lover tool is a powerful tool because it automatically allows you to scroll down the timeline and love every single post that it comes across. Now, I'm going to be careful by saying loves every single post because it actually skips over ads. So you'll see, I'm going to run this real quick, but it's going to skip over Frank Kern's ad. Okay. And it's also going to skip any post that does not have the majority of thumbs up or love. Because, of course, if we're giving out love emojis, we want to make sure that it's appropriate for that type of post. So, for example, if someone just lost someone in their family, someone just came from a funeral, we don't want to hit the love emoji, right? So the software is smart enough to see which emoji is the majority. And if it's not the like or the love emoji, then it skips over it. So let's just click start. Okay, so it's scrolling 5 times and it's going to come back to the top. Okay, so you see I love that first post. Now, again, this is very powerful because not only are you spreading love, let's make sure that it skips over Tyler so that you can see. Yep, you saw it skip that. Let's go back up. No love given on that post. So not only are we giving out positive energy and that creates reciprocity where people want to return the favor, but also the people you directly engage with as far as comments and emojis, as I said, they will begin to see your content more often in their timeline. It's the same thing if you had a conversation with that person in your inbox. You're going to begin seeing their content and they're going to see your content floating more at the top of their timeline. That's just how Facebook operates. So this is a really, really powerful tool because it just gives out positive energy and goodwill, and people come revisit and repay the favor. You know, a lot of times people will say, well, who's this person, Rodney, that loves my post from time to time? Let me go check out his profile and see what he's about. And that can be an icebreaker right there. So you can see it said loved 11 posts. I'm going to click stop. But what you can also do is you can click to add comments. So if I click start now, you can see the wait time. I could choose, but you can't go below 5 seconds. That's default. But if I put 10 seconds, 1 minute, whatever the case is, it's completely up to you. Again, works the same way. You create a comment. Let's see if I have a saved one. Hey, thanks for sharing. Now, again, you can do multiple and it's going to randomly and evenly rotate between each comment. And right here, you can click skip if you've already commented on that person's post. And since we've already done this process, I'm not going to overdo it. Now, right here, this is a powerful tool. This is the friend request cancellation tool. Now, as you're going through this process of actually sending these friend requests every single day. So remember, the primary objective is you want to fill up your Facebook friends list with 5,000 people who you know for a fact are the perfect prospect. And how do we know they're the perfect prospects? Because we know how they became friends with us, because we targeted them based on those posts and based on those groups, right? So as we're sending these friend requests every single day, we're going to eventually get to a point where we cap out at 1,000. Facebook does not let you have any more than 1,000 pending friend requests that are out there waiting to be accepted at any given time. So you can see right here, it just loaded 231 pending friend requests. So that means I have 231 friend requests that I've sent, and I can choose to cancel those at any time to make room to send more. But why would I want to cancel the ones that I just sent? So for example, if I just sent the friend request to someone 2 days ago, I'm going to give them more time. So I'm going to start from the oldest to the newest, and I'm going to cancel the pending friend request. So let's just put in 30. So I want to start from the oldest pending friend request, and I'm going to cancel 30 of them. So it's going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see in a second. And it's beginning the cancellation process. And this has a 5-second wait time in between each cancellation. All right. So you see how that works. I'm going to click stop. Now, this is a very, very powerful tool. So what I used to do is a post that I named the Tell Me More post. It's a very powerful post. The way that it works is you type out a headline. So say, for example, I say, how would you like to make more money by doing less work? If you're interested, comment below, tell me more. And every single person that will comment, I will respond to them saying that I sent it to them in the inbox, and then I will love their comment. So what that did was it kept me in front of their timeline. Their friends were beginning to see my post, and it's just a little viral effect. that kind of hacks Facebook's algorithm in a way that shows your post more often, because the more engagement that's going on the post, that person that engaged is going to have that post showing up at the top, and their friends are also going to see your post. So what I did was I gave users a way to automate this process so that they didn't have to go down one by one commenting and replying to every single person. So you see where it says select the post containing the comments. I'm going to click on select. Now it opened up my timeline. So let's just go, let's see. I'm just going to select this most recent one. Okay. I'm going to leave it at 5 seconds as far as the delay between. Again, I can leave multiple comments. This is a test comment. Okay, I'm just going to do 2. Hey, this is a test comment. Pay it no mind. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to do one more. This is a test comment. Pay it no mind. Okay. Now this right here, you see it says keyword / phrase filter. So again, this is optional, but if I did give specific directions for people who engage on my post to only comment with a certain phrase like tell me more, I will click same process. I would type tell me more, and then I will click add that filter. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to skip over that. You can see right here also skip comments you've already replied to. So if this is a brand new post, of course, you haven't replied yet, so you don't want to check that. But if you had, say, over the past 24 hours, more people reply to the post, you're just going to run the software on the same post again, and it's going to skip and basically pick up where you left off. Okay. And also you can choose to also love each comment as well. So as you reply to that person's comment, the software is going to automatically drop a love emoji on that person's comment as well. Okay. So I'm going to skip that because this post that I'm using as an example, I've already loved their comments. So I'm going to click on start auto comment. You see right here, it says scrolling comments. It's not much to scroll, but it's a perfect example. And once it reads how many comments are living on this post, it's going to go to the top and begin the process. So you can see right here, 0 out of 4. So I'm leaving now. This is a test comment. It's going to then move on to the next one. It's going to check to see if I gave it any phrase or anything to look for. And now it sees nope. We're just going to leave the comment. And you saw the comment says this is a test comment. Pay it no mind. Okay. And then again, it rotates back to the other one. Now I'm going to stop that there. So as you can see, very, very powerful tool. It basically takes a whole day's work away because I used to have to pay someone 10 cents per reply. Right. So this automates the whole process. The group removal tool works just like it sounds. So I'm going to click fetch groups. All right. Now you see it displays all of my groups. So say I had, 60 groups. I don't want to literally scroll and try to read and look for one. I can type in certain keywords and the groups will display. So what this does is it just allows you to select. Let me just use one as an example. Matter of fact, I'll use this one. Select the wait time in between. Click on remove groups. And you see that quickly it removed me from that group. If I selected multiple, it would be a 5-second wait time in between and moving on to the next group. Okay. Now, fancy text tool. This is a pretty cool feature that allows you to dress up your text. This way you draw more attention. Marketing 101. So what I'm going to do is let me underline, draw, let me bold, marketing 101, strike through. So you get the picture, right? You can also add an emoji. Okay. Now, once I click on copy to clipboard, it has copied. I can then go and paste that message onto my Facebook account. Okay. Very simple but powerful tool, because the name of the game is to get attention, right? So that's a pretty cool feature that we have in here for you. Let's see, the broadcaster tool. Once I click to open this has my entire friends list, right? So now what I want to do is I want to create a broadcast list, demo broadcast. I want to save that list as demo broadcast. Now I'm going to select a few people, people that I know won't get bent out of shape if I send a test message. All right. Now, so you see those people are saved on the demo broadcast, but also I can export this list. So Social Prospector Pro gives you 2 licenses, so you can use it on 2 different computers. So say that you created the broadcast list on this computer, you export it and Dropbox that list to yourself on your other computer to import it. So whatever you would like to do, we gave you that option to import and export. But again, you can go back to Mass Messenger and you see that broadcast option. So now remember, before we had the option for all friends, excluding people that we've already sent to or recently added friends. But now you completely customize your friends list, and you click on demo broadcast, the number of messages you want to send and the wait time in between, and it's that simple. Okay, very powerful tool. Let's go to the incoming friend requests. I probably have 0 because I remove people every single day. Now here's the thing. If I know who you are and you send me a friend request, I may approve you. But the reason I cancel out 99% of the people who send me friend requests is because I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what your interests are. I like being the person that hunts. I like being the person that targets my friends. Okay. I want to know exactly how any of my 5,000 Facebook friends became friends with me. They should all have one interest based on whatever it is that I'm promoting. So I don't randomly just approve people who just come in willy-nilly out of the blue. Of course, like I said, unless I know who you are already. So you see the options we have is remove all requests, remove all without mutual friends. So maybe you're not an extreme case like me where I just flat out deny everybody, but you want to kind of weed through and sort them out. So you want to say, well, I'm only going to accept people who have mutual friends. So if you clicked on remove all without mutual friends, it will filter out those people for you. And you can also just flat out say, well, I want to remove everybody, and say that was 100 people. I can put in, 88 or something like that. Okay. So very powerful tool. Now, let me just show you how it works since I do have one pending. I'm going to click on start. And you can see it's done that quickly. All right, so this feature is last but definitely not least, and it's the Page Inviter tool. Now I'm just going to read the description. The Page Inviter tool allows you to automatically invite Facebook friends from common groups to like your Facebook business page. Now think about how powerful this is, especially for anyone who likes to run paid ads. Me, myself, I'm not a paid ads person per se when it comes to Facebook, but I understand how powerful it is to build up the likes on your business page. So say, for example, I'm going to use Mary Smith again. I know exactly what the overall interest is for her group. All the members inside of her Facebook group are definitely interested in Facebook marketing tactics. And of course, my tools teach people and show people how to automate these Facebook marketing tactics, right? So it's the perfect fit. Now, I'm not going to send the invite because I've already sent the invite to the people in her group. But let's just say I sent out an invite. And again, Facebook only allows you to send out an invitation if you are already friends with that person inside of that group. So if you've already sent the invite to that person, they won't receive it a second time. But think about how powerful it is if you can literally just send the invitation to a couple hundred or a couple thousand people every single week. Every single person that likes this page out of 1,700 people, I know are extremely targeted. Why? Because it's not random that they liked it. I targeted them based on these custom invites. And now if I run Facebook ads, I can then tell Facebook to look at these 1,700 people who like my page and create a lookalike audience. And what a lookalike audience is basically Facebook looking all over their platform and finding people who have common things, whether there's books, movies, things that they've purchased. Facebook tracks all of this behavior, and they know exactly how to match up people who look like your customers or people who look like people who like your page. Now, those 1,700 people will turn into 1 to 3 million people. It's very, very powerful. And again, I don't run ads, but I know how powerful it is to have this asset. So when I then hand over my Facebook ads marketing to an expert, I can say, well, I already have these 1,700 likes, and I know with 100% certainty that these are very targeted likes. So then they can take that list and give it over to Facebook, and Facebook is going to do their thing and create that lookalike audience. The advertising will be infinitely more powerful than if I was just targeting a broad audience, such as affiliate marketers or network marketers.